Hey there, welcome to Isma Farm. If you are considering starting a poultry farm or already have one and want to ensure you are well equipped, you've come to the right place. Today, we are diving into essential equipment you need for successful poultry farming business. So let's get started. As a farmer, crop farmer, you need to get some things, your tools, like cutlass, hoe, tractor. So also as a poultry farmer, you need some things for your birds to be safe, clean, and be productive. Number one thing that you need is the poultry housing equipment. Poultry housing equipment talk about where they will stay, cages or coop. You have to choose whether your chicken will be in a cage or you will put them on the floor, which we call deep litters. Or there is one thing we call suspend or semi-suspend cage now. So you need to take your decision and know how to get a better cage if you are using cage, or what you need for your floor, as in the bedding, the sawdust, or this wood shaving. Naturally, it is advisable for one to use sawdust because you don't want your chicken to have issue with CRD. So the second thing you need about the poultry housing equipment is the ventilation system. And mind you, this is not necessarily at the beginning. It's not necessary at the beginning. If you want to start small, you don't need to get fans. I'm sorry. You don't need to get fans. You don't need to get all these big gadgets. But once you have a well-ventilated environment, a well-ventilated pens, I think you are good to go. That will reduce heat stress for your chicken. Then again, lighting. Life is very easy right now because even if you don't have light, we have solar lights that you can use to help your chicken. For broilers, they need light. It depends on you, but for those people that really want them to grow faster, I think for people that have the mind of training them for 4 weeks before going, they can give them light throughout. But in case of laying birds, you also need lights, but then they will have a dark hours. So solar is good for them. You need to get a solar, except if you are having 24/7 lights in your environment. So that is that for poultry housing equipment. Then the next one is you want to look at the feeding equipment. You look at the feeders. You need to choose durable feeders. We have a lot of them. We have that of plastic, we have that of aluminum, and some people are so creative now that they have a wooden one. So you want to consider which one fits your farm best. And mind you, while you are choosing that, you need to put in mind that anything that will cost you extra, you don't want to use. So you don't want to use any feeder that will make you lose feed. You have to minimize feed wastage. So take your time and look at what works best for you. Then you need feed storage bins. Your feed needs to be dry all the time. You need to keep your feed dry and free from pests. So you need bins or silos to put your feed, except if you want to be going and buying every time you need it, which is not economical. So you need somewhere to put your feed to make it dry always. Then for some people that are missing feed, they need the mixer. You need a mixer, you need a grinder. But for those that are starting farm You don't need all this. All you need is your feeder. You need your feeders. You need where you put your feed to make it dry. Talking about missing tools, you don't need it right now. So while we are through with that, I would like to mention watering equipment too. Watering equipment. In that we have drinkers. You have to invest in drinkers, either the plastic one or the automatic one. Any one that you have the capacity of doing, so just do it. Automatic one is there, you can do it. That one will save your time and ensure consistent water supply, especially for larger farms. So you don't really need to go into that for a start. Remember, I always tell you to start small so that you can learn from what you are doing at present. So you need water storage tanks. Normal, even if you are starting small, you need the place to keep your water. You can have drums, you can have all these big bowls. I don't know what to call it, but let's just use the word drums. And in case you want to go into laying farms, egg layers, so you need egg tray or crates. You need egg graders. That's if you have a bigger farm. Egg grader will help you sort out your eggs according to their sizes. But while you are starting small, you can use your hand and your eyes. And if that one is not enough, you can make use of scale. You weigh it so that you sort it rightly. So when we look at that, we need to look at health and hygiene equipment. You need a sprayer for regular cleaning. You need a foot bath at the entrance of your farm to prevent disease spread. Then vaccination kits. All these things, you need it. You cannot go to a vet shop to buy your vaccine if you don't have cooler. So you need cooler, a small one, not big one. You are not cooking jollof rice, so it's just for vaccine. Then you need protective gear, gloves, boots, overall for biosecurity for your workers. So all these things you need to put into consideration while having your farm. Then the next one is brooding equipment. If you are going to broilers farming, except if you want to be getting the birds from 2 weeks old or 3 weeks old, or better still 4 weeks old. But if you are to start from day old, then you need brooding equipment. You need brooder or heaters to maintain the right temperature, either with electric, gas, or charcoal. You need something that will heat the room up for you. We will talk more on that as we go on. Then you need thermometer to always monitor the brooding temperature so that you can know if your chicks are comfortable or not. Though there is a natural way of knowing if the chicks are comfortable, but then I always advise that people have a thermometer. It's not expensive. In Nigeria, with 25,000, you should be able to get one. So that is that for brooding equipment. Then waste management equipment. You need this when you want to pack the waste, what will I call it now, their poo. You can't use your hand. You need to use manual scraper or shovel. Shovel is still is still affordable to buy. So you can buy shovel just for you to clean their pool, the bendings. Then you need a waste bin. A waste bin. For you to avoid diseases, you need to properly manage your waste. So you need a waste bin. So leaving that, I think the last but not the least is monitoring and recording keeping tools. You need this because you can't train a broiler and you will not be measuring them. I'm not so much into layers farm, but then this broiler, once you bring them in, you have to measure for you to know the weight, and on a weekly basis you need to measure them. The feed you give to them, you need to measure it so that you can know if they are doing well or not. Then you want to track their feed consumption. You need book. I've said that in one of my videos that you need to record everything that happens on your farm. I don't know, but then if you have a big farm or you intend to have a big farm, you need to consider cameras. Though this does not stop people from stealing from you, because once they know that camera is somewhere, they know how to block it and you will not see. I've seen so many of them. I have experience of this, so I can tell you for fact. You need camera if you know you will not be available to see what is going on in your farm, but then you still need to be careful, especially in Nigeria. I don't know about all other countries, but Nigerians, I don't know, it is well with our soul. So you need to install CCTV cameras so that you can monitor your farm remotely. So these are the equipment that you actually need. And remember, if you want to start your farm, just look at these points and buy affordable ones that you can start with. If you are starting, you don't need camera. I don't know why you don't need camera. You don't need a mixing tool because you were buying commercial feeds. So all these things you need to study on your own and see how you can handle it. So I thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this. Thank you. God bless you.